Shalom, peace to you. Welcome in, guys. I hope that you're doing well today. It is just before 7 a.m. Central Standard Time in the United States of America, Kansas City, Missouri. And I'm just jumping in once again with you all. So I don't know where you're at or what time it is in the world for you, but anyway, I'm just waking up with you like I normally do. So welcome in. February the 7th. Happy birthday, happy anniversary, all that kind of stuff. I hope it's going to be a fantastic day and a restful day for those of you who are in rest. And if you're down and out, I send you love and light. And I send you peace. If you're new, my name is Shannon. I'm glad to have you. Audio discretion advised. If you have little ones around, my channel is really intense. I feel energy and I'll speak right out of that space. It's always for upright purposes. I don't care about nothing except what the Most High God wants to say to us. And we're living in a time where it's really tribulous. It's really tribulous. It's really testing to stay in faith. But we must do it and keep our eyes on the Most High God, regardless what we face. And anyway, some people have people to help them along, and some people are doing it all by themselves in this realm, but God's with us. And I just want to encourage you that you and I have power over demonic entities if you have the Holy Spirit on the inside of you. Because those things are real and they really are infecting people in their mind. And a lot of people got maggots in their brain the way they think. And they don't care to be upright to people and things like that. We see a lot of offensive nonsense on this platform that God reveals that are around people who have hidden enemies because people want what they want. They're fools. And people trying to hurt people because, well, they feel like there's no other way, and dog eat dog world type of stuff, and it's not supposed to be that way. And upright righteous people are going to get up and we're going to fight against this wickedness. Hopefully wicked people can listen, and if they have their soul, they'll turn from stuff. It's a different type of a platform. I read a lot differently than a lot of people, so you'll learn the cards in a different way here as well. And so anyway, if you're supposed to be here, you'll be here. Otherwise, thanks for checking me out. Just understand, when I am having a burst of energy, I will speak right out of that space, and I won't apologize for it. So anyway, I have freedom of speech and I have rights, and nobody has a right to take our rights away to be upright. And people want to have their right to be a kook, go right on ahead. There's consequences with that stuff. And so every criminal will be caught in any person's situation. And so God's got it under control. But I just like to say that if you are new, because I am dealing with a criminal. Anyway, the Page of Cups is coming out here. This could be a little communication. It did come out in the upright. It jumped out. There's an apology out here. Maybe you need to apologize. If it's in the negative for any given person, because there is something out here with an apology, just make sure it's truthful, because it's fishy communication and seduction in the reverse of that energy. Something shocking could be here. There could be a pregnancy announcement for some of you all as well. For whatever reason, when it jumped out, it did jump out in the upright, and it is a sweet little communication for some type of an apology. And so some people need to apologize, and some people need to get out of their pride and accept an apology and apologize to yourself. I don't know, maybe you need to get in the mirror and let something go that maybe you've done even. I don't know. Hopefully there will be a forgiveness here on both sides of something going on. Takes two for a forgiveness to occur. Show me more information. What else do you want to bring out here today? You will be patient with me because I'm trying to wake up. Something at work. Somebody could be apologizing at work or about working on whatever somebody worked on. Eight of Pentacles. If you're going to take a forgiveness or give a forgiveness, and this is like working on something, and so that's good. Eight of Cups coming out, crossing this. So 2 8s. 88 is 16, which I always say is the high arcana of the Tower. Something might be shocking that somebody's saying something to you, whether it's somebody you work with or not. Somebody worked on something. 8 of Cups is about walking away. It's coming out crossing on this. If somebody's thinking about walking away, or there's 9 cups, that's a wish fulfillment, then so be it. This is a card of somebody putting 8 out of 10 cup, or 8 out of 8 out of 10 cups, and then just abandoning something. So somebody did abandon something at work. Somebody's just saying, I'm sorry for something, and so be it, wherever that's coming out. Eight's go to secrets. This could be a secret little communication coming to you today. Why is this here? Why is this Eight of Cups here, please? Because somebody was trying to walk away yesterday. So the Nine of Wands crossing it. There's wounding out here on something that's taken place, and somebody needs to apologize. This is a wounded warrior and pressing through anyway, whatever it is that you are dealing with here. Show me more information. Why is this coming out? Very simple message this morning. Accept. Apologizing is hard, and sometimes accepting an apology is hard as well, to forgive for people, and so it takes a big person to do it. So there are messages. It's good news coming. Okay, this is something's positive out here if you allow something to be fresh in some type of communication. Six of Pentacles. If for some people's cases, because we do look at crime and stuff, if this is fishy for some people and somebody's just working on something stupid out here and that is a bribe, then somebody is sending somebody your way. And I'm only saying that because when I was reading last night, there was a plot around a little relationship around something, and somebody thinks they're going to be some type of stupid fishy nonsense on some crap out here. It really ain't going to work out for you, especially if you're trying to mess with somebody that belongs to God, because he said so last night when I was reading. He said, you don't touch my people. And so somebody thinks they're going to play a little game, be fishy. You go right on ahead. Your enemy is going to be God, that will get up in your face and punch you out. You ain't that smart to do some crazy in the earth realm just because it's whatever your ulterior motive is in a matter. But if this is upright, it's good news. And somebody will look in your face, and you will keep that gaze with that person so that you can look down into the windows of their soul to see what's going on, and then be listening to the Holy Spirit when you're looking down in somebody, what's going on with inside of them. Because people of God, we do have the Holy Spirit to be able to look at one another and tell if somebody's being genuine or not. If somebody wants to be crazy out here, because somebody did have a mental problem, that can be a mental problem card, okay? And somebody wants to play little games and be some type of stupid cuckoo because they're not fully grown, because these are little pages out here. Or somebody could also be using kids. Those you may have little kids and teenagers and things, and somebody's working on something because they're a kook. You need to check out something out here. But if that is upright, then great. But somebody did have a mental problem, and God said to beware, because somebody did. And so if somebody did take some type of a bribe, then you're fixing to have some conversation with somebody who's completely twice dead, and they're karmic. God says people who takes bribes, they become twice dead. Their soul has now gone out of them, and they're split. And so they'd be dangerous. So I'm going to hit it both ways. But the Six of Pentacles, if somebody is going to be giving to something, then great. This is equal giving and taking, and I take your apology and I forgive you and all that kind of stuff would be out here. So, but if you're trying to do something stupid out here, or somebody's trying to give you, if you're being approached to take this little gift with the Six of Pentacles, you better walk away from it, because you're going to lose your soul if you don't. It's crossing whatever's trying to be worked on here. It's crossing it. Okay? That's really dumb of somebody in their stupidity to play a game like this around something. If somebody's willing to get up and take a responsibility to work on something, and somebody else said, no, I'm going to go take some type of vengeance, and you're going to meet God's face, and he says, you are my enemy. He will tear you to smithereens for doing something that belongs to God, because he said that somebody was trying to touch somebody that belonged to God. He's our daddy. He don't put up with you messing with his children. So the King of Cups is crossing with, so something's hanging in the balance with the Eight of Cups that's crossing. This can also be a mental illness card as well. If he's not in the upright, he's a manipulator. And there are consequences on choices. So it's telling me somebody's got a consequence. Whatever you think you're trying to freaking do. Trying to pour on some sweet nonsense ain't going to work for you. Those of you who are in that thing, and those of you who've got somebody coming to you, God's trying to tell you what's going on here. King of Cups is somebody who's supposed to know how to pour it out and when to take it back in, because he's full-grown king, but he's coming out crossing something. If there's a love situation, then there's a love situation, but there is some type of wounding out here that's trying to go on. The sun was underneath the deck, and so if that's upright, then that's going to be positive for you. You're going to heal something. And if the sun's in the negative of the sun, then somebody's prideful and they try to do some stupid stuff out here. Show me this communication. Okay. Everything's coming out crossing. Again, this is a love bomber in the reverse of its energy, and it's a real sweet apology if it is in the upright. It's crossing. If this is an officer, then we had somebody who was wearing a uniform last night when we were reading for everybody, and that can be, I'm in, I'm out, I'm playing you. If somebody's investigated at work, I guess you are. Okay, or something's happened at work, and because somebody was getting fired somewhere as well today. It came out like 3 or 4 times, and this is like somebody's got some wounded nonsense going on. I guess somebody's going to get fired, but somebody, this is a plotting card, contracts, being at a crossroads, because somebody's hanging in the balance and making these decisions out here. Okay, so that's what's showing here. Let's see what's in the hidden space. No weapon formed against us, Jehovah, you promise that no weapon formed against us shall prosper. These messages that are coming, you say that every tongue that rises up against us, we have the heritage to condemn their tongue. So any person's in the negative of this energy, I just take my rightful place as an heir of your kingdom, as your daughter, and condemn these tongues. Let something blow up in somebody's face that's playing a game out here on another person out of their freaking pride. Most High said they surely shall gather together, but he says not by me. He said they will fall because of you and I, because we belong to the Most High God. So let them play their game. Let them play their game. They're stupid. Show me what's in the hidden space. I'm talking to the people that's in the negative of this nonsense trying to go on. It's ridiculous. So it's also crossing. It's about going somewhere. So somebody say, hey, let's go somewhere. That, I think, was in the Virgo reading, or somebody's reading. Those 2 owl cards represent, hey, let's have a little meeting. Let's go somewhere. You don't need to go with somebody if you've got one little check on the inside of you, and you've had some type of falling out with the matter, and they're starting to say, I'm so sorry, because some type of death matter and murder kept coming out, and a weapon that divided the flesh kept coming out last night. So you really need to have some discernment today, folks. So this is about going somewhere. Came out crossing. Okay, or somebody's already halfway there to you to do something. They've conspired something or whatever that is. Cupid. Well, that King of Cups is sideways. So anyway, you got a bunch of cups out here. 7 of Cups, which is a consequence card, the King of Cups, the Page of Cups, the Knight of Cups. Something's real watery and something's real emotional, or somebody really going to pour the little emotions on for some nonsense. And remember, this is a card of somebody who's got many suitors, and it came out in somebody's reading. The wording said somebody was sleeping with a bunch of people and everybody thought they were just the only one. And then the next card that came out was STDs, and a bunch of people got STDs. And this person just gets around and lays down with anybody and everything for whatever they freaking do it. They're full of lust, because the lust card came out as well. And you don't need to be getting anywhere with this idiot, because somebody got mental problems out here with that 9 of Wands. And then the universe, and Jehovah is the one that is running the universe. And so anyway, most I see is the good and the evil in every situation. Somebody being tested today. Okay, there's a test here. Are you going to pass it? Somebody's so cute, because that stupid karmic fool was in somebody's reading in the hidden space as well. They ain't that cute. I don't care how cute somebody is. Do they have integrity? Are they upright? That's what you look for. Are they opening their mouth like, hey, baby, hey, sweetheart, ooh, you look so cute? That's not wise. Wisdom don't open her mouth in some type of stupid way, in some type of perverted way. And somebody, that page in the reverse, for whoever's plotted something around a relationship, okay, because that rune stated that there was a little plot around somebody trying to get in a relationship to do something out here. That's a seducing card in the reverse. All the water energies is seducing in the reverse. There's a consequence to this. God brought out something about this has a consequence to it, because somebody's being tested. But you just can't. If you just can't keep it together, I guess somebody's going to be in trouble for something. Show me more information, Jehovah. What else do we need to know? Help them pass the test, Jehovah. There's the masculine right there. Okay. They might give you roses. Smell these little roses. I already know who this person is for a lot of people. Toxic. It is toxic. It's come through my spirit that way. They're trying to make something look really good out here. Things aren't always what they seem. Something very toxic about this, and they're paranoid about something. They feel like they got to do something. There's an ulterior motive out here for whatever it is. Something legal is around it. That's why they're paranoid. They're trying to get away with the crime. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're going to take full responsibility for what the crap you've done. God's going to make you. You just go ahead and keep playing your games because you think you're some king in big shot somewhere. Go ahead. God's going to smash you down. It's ridiculous. Some of y'all, this is a false wolf preacher. And they ain't right. They ain't right in their mind. It says that the heathen are sunk down in the pit which they dug. So now they've got to try to figure something out. It says that they are, they're sunk down in the pit which they dug, and in the net which they hid, their own foot is taken. Jehovah is known by the judgments which he executes, and the wicked is snared in the works of his hands. And we got the work card out here, and somebody working a wickedness out here. Now they're all sunk down in something that they did and they tried to hide. And God says he's known by his judgments. They're going to get judged. And it says that the wicked, they're turned over into Sheol, hell. And also all the nations that forget God. Okay, these people think they're defying God is what they're doing. They think they're going to get away with something that they tried to hide. And God sees it all, and he says, no, I'm going to send you straight to hell. Go have your party down there. You think something's whatever. It's toxic out here on this energy that's coming out. So we see somebody trying to play games out here still, thinking that they're going to get away with the crime. No, you're not. Show me more information. You ain't get nowhere with this. It says, better is the poor that walks in his integrity than he that is perverse in his lips and is a fool. Okay, we know there's money around things and they're trying to do something, but better it is for you and I if we have to sit here poor. God says, I make rich and I make poor. Who's doing it? God's doing it. And we'd be tested whether you're on the upside or the downside of things. Okay, as some people are greedy for gain and stuff like that, and the love of money is the root of evil, and they're perverse out here. And if somebody is approaching you for that bribe, the Most High says a wicked man pulls a bribe out of his bosom to pervert your way. Now you've opened a door for perversion, and somebody perverted out here. Smell these little roses. Can you go do something for me? They paranoid. If you'll just get up and do what's right, they'll go to jail. They're going to go to hell because they're already wicked. They're toxic. Why would you take somebody? You think you're going to get a little piece of somebody else's money that they stole? In a crime, you ain't get nothing. You're going to be right there with them because you're forgetting God and his way, and you're going to Sheol. Anyway, it says that the hand of Jehovah shall be known towards his servants, and his indignation towards his enemy. Are you God's enemy today? Because God says, I'm going to do a separation here. So people are going to see that I either love you or hate you. Does God love you? Or are you hated of the Father because you choose to do wickedness? That's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of your Maker. Especially somebody using little kids out here for some people's cases with those pages here. What a shame. You need to talk to your kids. A separation is going to take place. Yes, or somebody is separated and they're trying to get back in here to get away with the crime because they're all sunk down in something that they freaking did. Okay, and they all paranoid and oh my God, I can't go to jail. You are going to go to jail. God just said you're going to hell. There ain't no way out for somebody's crap out here that they've done. A separation is out here. A teacher is involved in this. And somebody is going to get charged, and somebody is trying to touch somebody that belongs to the Most High God. Like I said, because it came out yesterday. Touch not my prophets and do them no harm. You touch the anointing of God, his people, somebody's already got a sentence on them. Somebody's cousin's also involved in this matter. They are trying to reconcile something. So reconciliation is out here. A construction worker, a worker may be involved for some of your cases as well. Whether you're upright or you're some kook, I don't know. It's going to prove who you and I are all day long. God's going to have his hand towards his servants. Somebody serves the Most High out here, and we condemn your tongues. Those of you think you're playing a little game, you're going to hell. You better be paranoid of God, because you're going to burn for all eternity, and your teeth are going to gnash. And that realm is real. You can see it right from this realm if your brain's making new today. People, you can turn your TV on. You got programs that are trying to talk to the dead. And when these lights go off, we know there's a spirit here. We know there's paranormal behaviors. And we know that people have seen things in the spirit. I myself have seen in the spirit. And people have messed with that realm and brought it into this dimension. And God tells you, don't mess with that, because these are people that have been separated from God for doing bribes and stuff like that. And that's a holding place for their eternal damnation on the day of judgment. And you got people thinking it's cool. No, I'm talking to Grandma. And no, you're talking to demons and people that have lost their soul. And God said, you don't do it. But God said in another portion that they'd be stirring up the dead. And you got a lot of people that are putting demons on the inside of them. They just think that they're just so, wow, I'm intelligent. And they're freaking stupid. And God's saying they're going to hell. This is serious. Somebody's being tested today. And so you either going to learn something if you're not dealing with the teacher, or some teachers also using their students to do something as well. God just said for some cases out here. You need to talk to your kids about their school, or about somebody who may be out here that you had a relationship with, whatever that is. But in just general energies, somebody going to learn some information. You either going to prove that you fear your creator, or that you're just a dud in the earth and you were only created for the day of destruction, like God says. Because he says there's a people that don't have no understanding, which understanding, we're told, means to leave evil. And so you're either going to pass this test or not. Okay? So anyway, if there is something to do with a test at school, within something, we kept getting that study card yesterday in the reverse, whatever that means to somebody, it kept coming out really prominent. Then you make the connections with whatever that is, and for the big part there is some type of teacher student something going on with a connection. But anyway, if somebody opens their mouth in some type of perverted way, they ain't of God, and you need to walk away and tell them no, and don't let them sugar talk to you. This is somebody that's coming back for a reconciliation of something. So you've already had some type of a dealing somewhere with the matter where there's an I'm sorry. And no, somebody's a liar. They're sunk down in something, and they, for whatever the connection is, for them to use somebody, and they need to use you for something. They in trouble. They don't have no way out. Don't go anywhere with this person either, because that travel card is there. They're gonna get charged for something. Somebody's gonna go to jail. Obviously they don't want to go to jail. So the torch, the K and the C, and it looks like a V in the pictograph language, and this has a meaning of justice will be assured. God's gonna get justice on something that's going on with his people that are trying to be touched by some idiots out here. This is also a forgiveness rune, okay? And so it is out here to confirm what they're trying to sugar talk on something that's going on. Something's happened around a misunderstanding for some of you all. Now somebody's soul's freaking gone straight to hell on something, because people won't just really genuinely just sit down and talk about something. No, they got to be stupid out here on things. But anyway, God says there's going to be justice assured. This is the torch. Okay, and then you have the A, and it's the A, but it looks like an F, and this is counsel. Okay, again, something legal going on, so they're going to go to jail. They're going to get charged. Okay, and this is looting on people. They're thief. They're toxic. They sunk down in something that they tried to hide. Thought they were just going to be on top of the world and go take their trips all over the world on people's money and inheritances and stuff like that. And God said, no, I don't think so. You're going to hell now. Because thievery also makes you die early in the earth realm. So go ahead, folks, put your fingers on things that don't belong to you. God will kill you early in this earth realm. You're coveting after things that don't belong to you. Anyway, it goes to looting, but it also goes to talking and stuff like that. So those letters came out. What else came out? I think those are all the letters that came out. All right, folks. Consequences today. People are being tested. I guess people are going to be separated on either side of blessing or cursing, living or dying. May God be with you. Stay in peace. Look in people's eyes. Ask them their questions. Why do you want me to do something like this? I mean, it's dangerous out here. It's real dangerous because your soul's on the line. Talk to your kids. Shalom.